Good morning, Jairam from Almas here. Welcome to Almas Market Morning after a long gap. We had quite a few events during the break for our market. Fed decision came on Wednesday night. They decided to taper at 15 billion per month, which was as per market expectation. His statements, the chairman's statements were somewhat less dovish. I think he has not been so vocal about the transitory nature of the inflation. So market continues to discount a rate hike by July 22, first rate hike, and at least two hikes in overall in the year 2022. Of course, bond yields came down. This was more like profit taking because they had gone up substantially ahead of the meeting. 2-year yields, for instance, had gone up by 35 basis points and it came down by about 10 basis points after that. Now they look supported because the non-farm payroll report came much better than expected again. Unemployment rate was down, wage inflation was higher, which means that US economy is moving towards full employment fast. Also, the fall in the participation rate means that going forward, the unemployment rate will keep falling. And when the unemployment rate keeps falling, Fed cannot hold back the rate hikes. Another positive thing for US economy was the passage of infrastructure bill for 1 trillion by the Congress. Now there is only a formality of Biden's signature for it to become a law. And in fact, there are hopes that another $1.75 trillion of social spending will also be passed in the coming days. So overall, good developments for the US economy, supporting the US dollar. Of course, continued dovishness by ECB and also Bank of England disappointing the market on rate hike expectations has given further push to the dollar higher, which tested above 94.40 again, hovering around those levels, and looks set to make new highs for the year. So I am bullish on the dollar, particularly against the low yielders. On the EM currencies, dollar was not so strong because I see fresh carry trades with the low yielders against the high yielders. But again, that may not go too far because inflation is still a concern. And EM central banks are unlikely to allow their currency to appreciate too far when the US economy is looking to be roaring ahead and there can be earlier than expected rate hikes. Chinese yuan has been surprisingly strong despite all the issues that's going on. In fact, another infra developer, Kaisa Group, was suspended for a day after the company said a subsidiary had missed a payment on a wealth management product. Today also, China infused more liquidity than what was maturing in the repo. So I think it's an ongoing thing in China. One cannot conclude that things are done, and even there is a report which says that last Friday, which an interest payment which the global investors had to receive was not received till Monday morning. So of course, Chinese yuan is not just following this, but also on the trade side they have a huge surplus, and flow wise they're still positive. So that's, but we have to see where the Chinese authorities will start getting uncomfortable with the strength of the yuan. It looks like 6.35 could be the line in the sand. Chinese yuan trade weighted basket index has actually risen to 100.83, which is the highest since January 2016. On the commodity side, OPEC refused to hike more than what was earlier agreed. So the correction in the crude prices, where the WTI went down to 78.25, abruptly halted and reversed by about 5%, now trading above 82. On the rupee, obviously, India markets saw more selling after the Fed decision, and more particularly, I think on the carry trades against euro and GBP, with these crosses going to new lows for several months. The IPO related flows obviously big factor, and the technical break at 74, 60, 50, those levels actually bringing in more selling. That said, we are moving into kind of oversold territory and strong technical support zone of 74, 20, 30. I think the last line of big support will be just below 74. I think these levels will hold at least for a good bounce towards 74, 65, 70. We will, importantly, it is possible that when the IPO inflows reverse, that may be the time when the reversal in the dollar rupee to the upside also can be seen. Dollar index and rupee cannot diverge as much as they've been seeing today, because then you will see RER getting overvalued. We should see RBI stepping into, ensure that rupee does not strengthen too much from these levels. My range for today is 74.10 and 74.45. Thank you.
Thank you, JK. In a surprise move over the weekend, Elon Musk announced a poll which says that he would like to sell 10% of his Tesla stock if Twitter poll suggests that he should be doing that. And this discussion coming on, basically ongoing discussion in US, whether the tax on unrealized profits should be done. So on that basis, he conducted a poll. More than 57% of the people has advised him to sell the stock, and that's basically a poll being polled by around 33 lakh people. That's a huge amount of significant amount of people have voted for that. Out of those 33 lakhs, 57% is advised to do that. Now, market can interpret many ways. He himself wants to bring the stock market, his price of Tesla stock down, so he can exercise his options or something else. His benefits would be, that could be one reason. Another reason, he might be seeing that his stock is anyway overvalued. So that's the poll which has been conducted. US Treasury yield curve flattened again post FOMC outcome. 2-year yield is trading now at a 40 basis and 10-year at 145. These are the good levels, support levels. There could be a buying, there could be a selling in the bonds would be coming from these levels. Real yields fell again because US inflation continued to be trending higher, and which is leading to a rally in cryptos and gold. Bitcoin and gold both have rallied over the weekend. Gold is trading at 1 month high of 1820 per ounce, and Bitcoin and Ethereum are trading almost 40% higher than the October lows. 10-year GSEC yield, Indian 10-year GSEC yield is trading at 636, and it's likely to deal in the range of 630 to 640 for this week. In a very important development, a central government has reduced excise taxes, excise duty on petrol and diesel by 5 rupee and 10 rupee per liter. This will have an impact on fiscal deficit, but looks like it will be counterbalanced by increase in revenue on the other taxes and all. So that's all from me today. Have a nice week. Thank you.